Okay, let me organize myself first so I don't ramble and ramble. Okay. So... just, saying the ones he's sick for.
What is this? A little book? Okay. Hickory Dickory Dock. Little book, you can put it in the pocket. What is here? The clock struck 1. Yeah, you're learning to read. What does it say here? What does it say on the last page? It says Hickory Dickory Dock.
Yeah.
Oh. You like a puzzle?
Okay. I got a little organization here. Are we on camera?
Yes.
Hi, Michelle. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you the words, the newer words that he said on his own. So he said spontaneously out, just the ow, not the tuh. But we're working on.
I thought it was like he said spontaneously. I was like.
Oh no, I mean he said it on his own. Oh, sorry, I have to write Max. Thank you.
I thought you said that he said the word spontaneous.
Oh!
I was like, wow.
Wow. Baby genius. No.
Max,
That's
here,
not what happened.
you can play with the remote. That's so much more exciting. Yes.
Okay. He also said woof woof for the dog, which was cool because I hadn't heard that before. He said hand on his own. So these are all things he was saying on his own without me prompting him. And then the other ones were ones that I had mostly heard before. And night night, I know he had started to say, and he said that with me too. Oh my goodness. And then some things he imitated really quickly, more quickly than I'd gotten him to before, which was good. So hat was one of those. Goat, without the T, but we did the T separately, so go. That was one he was able to do. And then ones that I thought were really good, he finally did the for me pretty well. And basically the way we worked on it, which is I think a way that you can work on it, is by making it really like a whisper. Saying, be really quiet. And go, and I say, shh. And then he was... He's like, I'm watching something. So that was good because it differentiates it from the ba. So that's why that worked. And he was able to do it a few times, which was new. Let's see. Also, we were feeding his dog shapes, and he was able to say num num num. And the big thing about that is that he had the consonant at the end, so it was like num. And that was something I really wanted to work on. So that was good. And I think also he was getting closer to Dad with the D on the end. So kind of, little by little.
Dad?
With more Dad. Let's see what else. Okay, yeah. So that was good. He does, he's still kind of tending to go back to the da sometimes, so I'd like for him to be really using the words that he knows now consistently, without me having to like prompt him a lot. So I think ones that he should probably be using consistently are obviously, pouch, bubbles, eyes, nose, help. You were saying he's done hot and night more this week.
He can probably say consistently up to 15 words.
That's a great improvement.
That's
really good.
Maybe not all of them on his own initiative, but he can repeat.
More quickly.
Like definitely he can repeat. And even on his own initiative, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah. I think that I've heard him do on his own initiative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 7.
Yeah.
7 or 8. And then obviously more repeating. And like I said, hand was a new one, so that was really nice. He did it on his own. So we talked about whispering the P. One thing I would recommend is giving him choices. So like do you want the mouth or the eyes? Because right now he's not really responding to the choices too much. He kind of goes for both. And it's good for his vocabulary, and then it's also good for his understanding that he has to sort of ask for something, by using a word. And then you'll basically model the sound, so, he's not totally saying mouth yet, but if I say, do you want the, the hand or the mouth, and he wants the mouth, then I'll say mow, and then I'll say mouth again, just like we were working on the other words. We were also doing a lot of pretend play today, which was really good. We were saying night-night to the dog and feeding the dog, and we were feeding the dog shapes, so it was sort of a little bit symbolic. And that was nice, and I think he really liked it. It was fun. One example, I think another good thing to do is kind of catch the sounds that he's saying and try to turn them into something. So for instance, he was doing a lot of something that sounded like out, and it was in the right context, and he was doing it over and over again. And so I really tried to shape that into out. And so I think catching something that sounds like a word and then trying to shape it is also going to be key. Because it gives him more motivation to say something other than da-da-da, which is like has been powerful for him. It's, helps him get things done. So
you just say da-da-da and you get anything you want anyway.
Exactly, and that's the thing. If he's able to kind of get anything he wants with the da-da-da, then he doesn't have a lot of motivation to do the sounds that are harder for him, which, he needs the motivation because it's harder. So, and then the last thing is in terms of having the consonant at the end, having a good consonant at the end. We talked about dad because he's good with the D, but I actually think you might have more success doing words with an M at the end and an N, and the reason is because those are longer sounds, and so he can hear them for longer. So for instance, you're mama, I know, so that's fine, you can stay mama. But just as an example, mom, you can really draw out the M at the end, so mom, and then you know that he's getting that last sound and kind of getting the concept of having that syllable that has the last sound on it. So M and N, because you can see they're long sounds, and you can really hear it, so that makes it a little bit easier. So those would be my suggestions for this week, things to work on.
Thank you. Maxi? Night. Night.